right, gather round history buffs, because today we're diving into one of the weirdest, most improbable, and frankly, most awesome battles of World War II. Forget D-Day, forget Stalingrad. Forget that time your uncle tried to deep fry a turkey indoors. We're talking about the Battle of Castle Itter. Picture this. It's May 1945. The war in Europe is basically over. Hitler's probably redecorating his bunker with cyanide and a pistol, and everyone's just trying to go home. But then, nestled in the picturesque Austrian Alps, we have Castle Itter. And this castle? It's about to become the stage for a showdown so bizarre. It sounds like a bad fanfiction crossover. Because inside this castle, we have a motley crew of French VIP prisoners. We're talking former prime ministers, generals, even a famous tennis player. And outside? Well, outside we have the remnants of the Waffen-SS who apparently didn't get the memo that the war was, ending. And caught in the middle? A small group of American GIs and, get this, some German soldiers who decided, you know what? Today we're on the same team. So, how did this absolute historical fever dream come to be? Let's rewind a bit. Hashtag background. The castle and its VIP guests. Our story begins, as many do in this era, with Hitler doing Hitler things. In 1938, Austria gets Anschluss, which is German for forcefully invited to join the party. Castle Itter, a rather charming medieval fortress, ends up under Nazi control. Specifically, it becomes a prison for high-profile French VIPs. Think of it as a very fancy, very depressing resort for people the Nazis really didn't like, but also didn't want to just, disappear. We're talking big names here. Jean Barotra, a tennis legend, former Prime Ministers Édouard Daladier and Paul Reynaud. Even Charles de Gaulle's sister, Marie-Agnes de Gaulle. Basically, if you were a prominent French figure who wasn't actively collaborating or in the resistance, you probably ended up here. And let me tell you, the amenities were adequate for a prison with Nazis. The castle was administered by Dachau concentration camp, which sounds terrifying, but the VIP prisoners were treated relatively well. They had some freedom of movement within the castle, and even some contact with the outside world. Which, as it turns out, was a terrible idea for the Nazis, but a great idea for our story. Hashtag prelude. The Great Escape, Attempt, and Unlikely Alliances. Fast forward to May 3, 1945. The war is crumbling, and the SS guards at Itter are getting a little antsy. One of the prisoners, a Yugoslav handyman named Zvonimir Kakovic, try saying that 5 times fast, decides, you know what? I'm out. He sneaks out, ostensibly on an errand, but really to find the Allies. He eventually finds an American advance party, tells them about the VIPs, and they're like, wait, what? French prime ministers in a castle? That's unexpected. They try a rescue, but it gets bogged down. Classic military bureaucracy. Am I right? Meanwhile, back at the castle, the SS commandant bails, fearing for his life. The remaining SS guards follow suit. The prisoners are now in control, armed with whatever they can find, probably a few rusty bayonets and a very stern look. But they know the SS won't be happy about this, and they're right. So, the Czech cook, Andreas Krobit, volunteers to cycle to the nearby town of Wergel to find help. He stumbles upon Major Joseph Gangl, a German Wehrmacht officer who, bless his heart, has basically gone rogue. Gangl and his men are trying to protect the local civilians from the retreating, increasingly brutal SS. He's looking to surrender to the Americans, but now he's got a new mission: help these French VIPs. At the same time, Lieutenant John C. Jack Lee Jr. of the U.S. 12th Armored Division rolls into Kufstein with his Sherman tanks, including his pride and joy, Besotten Jenny. Gangl finds Lee, explains the situation, and Lee, being the kind of guy who probably eats nails for breakfast, immediately agrees to help. He gathers a small force, 14 American soldiers, Gangl, a driver, and 10 former German artillerymen. Yes, you heard that right. Americans and Germans teaming up. It's like a buddy cop movie, but with more historical accuracy and less witty banter. They fight their way through some SS roadblocks, and finally they reach Castle Itter. The French prisoners are overjoyed, but probably also thinking, Is that all of you? Lee sets up defenses, positioning besotten Jenny at the main entrance. The stage is set for the strangest battle of World War II. Hashtag the battle. An unlikely alliance holds the line. It doesn't take long for the SS to show up. A force of 100 to 150 Waffen-SS soldiers, probably still thinking they're going to win the war, launch a full-scale assault. Besotten Jenny unleashes hell, providing crucial machine gun support. But eventually, even a tank named Besotten Jenny can't last forever. It gets knocked out by German artillery. The irony is not lost on us. The defenders are running low on ammo, and the situation is looking grim. In a truly heroic moment, Major Gangl, the German officer who decided to fight for what was right, is killed by an SS sniper while trying to move a French former prime minister out of harm's way. A true unsung hero, folks. Give that man a medal posthumously, of course. Just when all hope seems lost, a new wave of American soldiers, the 142nd Infantry Regiment, arrives. They sweep in, mop up the remaining SS forces, and the battle is finally over. The good guys win, and the bad guys, well, they probably got a stern talking to and then arrested. Because, war crimes. Hashtag aftermath and historical significance. The Battle of Castle Itter, May 5, 1945. One of the last battles of World War II in Europe. And arguably the strangest. It's the only time in the war that American and German soldiers officially fought side by side. Think about that for a second. The ultimate enemy of my enemy is my friend scenario. The rescue of the French VIPs was a huge morale boost for the Allies, and the whole thing became a symbol of the unexpected alliances that can form in the face of a common enemy. It's a testament to the fact that even in the darkest of times, humanity can find common ground, even if that common ground is, let's beat up these other bad guys. Hashtag conclusion. So there you have it, the Battle of Castle Itter. A truly unique chapter in the annals of World War II. A story of courage, unlikely friendships, and a whole lot of wait, that actually happened? Moments. And that, my friends, is why history is never boring. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go see if I can get a tank named Besotten Jenny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more ridiculously simplified history.